This is a poem called Right Away. It goes like this. The captain called the new hand up to the wheel, said, "How's it going, kid? Think you can drive a boat like this?" Not sure, says Rolf. "I don't know if I feel nothing to it, really. Stay alert and you can't miss. Here's the compass, here's the plotter, here's the pilot, here's the throttle. Keep the cursor on the AB line right there. There is not a lot'll trip you up. I gotta rest. I'm on my 13th cup of coffee. Though it's only been 4 hours since I let the mate go off, he'd been standing at the wheel straight through from 4 to midnight. And I knew he'd be a wreck, so even though I'm still wound up tight from not sleeping, from the stress of trying to get these fish to town before the storm hits and the fleet runs in and knocks the dock price down, with 20 tons of black cod here, we've got a lot to lose. Instead of smiling at the bank, we'd just be blubbering the blues. So I got to get some rest. Just an hour or two till I get caught up, then I'll come and take her back. Remember, turn to starboard is what you want to do if a boat is coming at you and you're on the same track. Port to port, that's red to red is how you want to pass her. Here's the radar, here's the jogstick, turns us port or starboard. Yes, sir, then sport. I don't see too much congestion, but I'm right there in my stateroom if you got the slightest question. The captain hit the rack, leaving Rolf a deer in the spotlight, peering into the pre-storm black of the southeast Alaskan night with a total previous history of about 2 hours steering, and that in broad daylight. Now, with confidence disappearing with minimal expertise and zero frame of reference, he hurtles into the vast and dark expanse of Dixon Entrance. There isn't the slightest comforting glimmer of light out there anywhere, and Rolf gets an unwanted flashback of his mom and a teddy bear, but there's no bear here, just a roaring cat in this 60-foot long liner and 20 tons of black cod. Well, our man Rolf's no whiner, and after a while he starts to check out the radar, the plotter, the charts. Well, here's Cape Shacken and there's Rose Spit, and up there Chatham Sound starts. Here's the course line the skipper set. Starting to make some sense. And sitting there in the pilot's chair, Rolf gathers confidence, and before long he's become Rolf the mighty helmsman. Coast is clear, the course is set. Hey, this is kind of fat. Rolf digs out his iPad and cues up a selection, a bit of fishy smelling rap by an MC Channel Cat. The beat gets to Rolf. He's in a near hypnotic state, his face ginned over by an oblivious smirk when, intruding on his reverie, a sense of impending fate punches out the hip hop muse, and he comes to with a jerk. What's this now I'm looking at? A whole city up ahead? And what's that on the outskirts? A green light and a red? That can't be Prince Rupert. We're still 40 miles away. Could that be another boat all lit up as bright as day? Let's see. And Rolf peers into the radar screen, counts 4 rings up to a big green splotch that's closing so fast Rolf too turns kind of green. Shit, how come I'm the one that's got to be on watch? Calm down now, keep it cool, thinks what the skipper said. How'd it go now? Come on, fool. Oh yeah, red to red. Keep his port light on my port, that's how I want to take it. I'll just come to starboard, let's see. 12 degrees should make it. That looks good. The radar course line's well off to his right. Whew, that was close. I don't want to get in a fight with a boat that big. Look at all those lights. It's a cruise ship, I'll just bet. A geezer liner full of folks from Ohio playing roulette, eating king crab, drinking margaritas. Hey, that'd be a pretty trick. On the other hand, maybe they're all just miserable seasick. This line of thought, which could have led to existential dread, gets cut short as Rolf, with a sinking in his gut, sees the ship is once again directly dead ahead. Oh my God, didn't turn far enough. Now I better cut the crap and get us turning to starboard in a hurry, because this guy is really burning. And so Rolf, in a flurry of action, cuts the pilot, puts it back into the wheel, gives it 40 degrees this time, which for a moment lets him feel some relief till he sees that the red light's gone out. Oh, how am I going to get past to his port? He's right in front of me now. Rolf turns hard right, but the horrible circus of light refuses to pass. On the radar, a large and a much smaller blip merge and form one sickly green mass. Rolf tries to yell for the skipper, but the cry gets stuck in his throat. One last yank on the wheel is all he can do in his final few seconds afloat. The green light goes out. A white light appears, and Rolf's eyes see through fought-back tears the stern light of the cruise ship receding to the west. And he stands transfixed. Oh, man, I must be blessed. The boat, as wheel still over, makes a full revolution, and yet one more before Rolf shakes off his confusion and, trying to dig himself out of a quagmire of remorse, steers by hand for 4 straight hours till he hears the skipper's voice say, "How'd it go, kid?" Leaving him to make a choice as to how much of the truth his answer should allow. In the end, deciding truth is kind of relative anyhow. Says, "Not bad, passed one other vessel, past us going the other way. That was it. Now I guess I'll go below if that's okay." "You bet, and thanks for taking the watch, that helped a lot." As Rolf turns in, the skipper turns to the plotter. "Well, what do we got?" "He did just fine, course line straight, except for this little nick. Still on the 50-mile range, though. I'll just zero in real quick." Punches a button and zooms to the 10-mile range, 5-mile, 2.5, eyes the 2 donuts they'd turned 10 miles back, gives out a small, puzzled laugh. "The hell's up with this? Trying to make art on the plotter? Thinks he's Toulouse-Lautrec? I should blister his ass, but I'll just let it pass. He's way too good out on deck." That's it. Thanks.